I'm making every League One transfer rumor go through, starting with Lyon. And a player rumored to them is Timo Werner, so the professional Fortnite player will be joining them. But this is only the start. We will be making 3 random transfer rumors go through for every single club in the French league. It doesn't matter if it's a small rumor or unrealistic. If it's a rumor, then I'm making it happen. So we could see Mbappe back to Monaco, or Salah joining PSG. But in the end, we'll simulate a season in the league and see what it has done to the League One table. Will PSG still farm the league, or can we finally see another champion today? Well, we'll find out in the end. But we've only given Lyon 1 player so far. They still need 2 more. And the next player rumored to them is Azpilicueta. That's a very interesting one, but he's getting old, so I don't know if he still has got it. And final player they want is Taremi, the striker from Inter Milan. So they got 2 strikers in total. And Azpilicueta, that's still very decent. So Lyon started off strong. Let's just spin the wheel and see what club we get next. And this time we land on Brest. What do they want? And first is the goalkeeper Lafont. That's a pretty decent keeper to get. And he's very young. Next player they want is actually Ibimbe. It's this guy who looks all right. And final player will be Mayeki. So that's yet another goalkeeper. I don't know if it was smart to get 2 goalkeepers, but they've done it. They've done okay, but definitely could have done a lot better. Let's spin the wheel for next team. And the next team we land on is Metz. Okay, what rumors do they have? First is Peretz, the bench keeper for Bayern Munich. Honestly, not that great. Next is Barakal, a defender. Not a bad little signing, but again, it's nothing crazy. And final one is Habib Diallo. That's a decent striker for Metz, but again, nothing really that amazing. Metz did okay with their signings, but I'm really disappointed in them. They could have done better. Let's spin the wheel of clubs again. And now we land on Monaco. This is where it gets exciting. Just like how getting a free FC26 is exciting because that can be you. If you want FC26 for free, then all you need to do is subscribe because I'm giving away 2 copies of the game to 2 random subscribers. So subscribe before it's too late. Anyways, Monaco's first rumor is Axel Disasi. That's solid. They're bringing him back to Monaco. They even want Thomas Lemar. So that's yet another player they've brought back to Monaco. They really must miss their old team. But then the final one is Ter Stegen. What the hell is he doing here? I did not expect this at all. This is huge for Monaco. It could even help them get the title over PSG. But damn, Monaco have improved massively overall with these signings. But will it win them the league? So the wheel is spinning again, and this time it lands on Nice. Okay, first rumor here is Odsonne Edouard. That's actually very interesting. He's been moving around the Premier League clubs but never really hit his peak. Maybe a move to League One is exactly what he needs to revive his career. Next up is Amadou Haidara, a solid midfielder. Not the best in the world, but that's still really good for Nice. And their final one is Kumbedi, a young fullback with pretty decent potential. So Nice did pretty well here overall, I would say. They got an attacker, midfielder, and defender. Let's spin again and see what happens. And the wheel lands on Toulouse. First player for them is Abdul Hamid, a decent fullback for them. Then they're also getting Gift Orban. He's alright, probably good for Toulouse level. And final one is Mumbagna, an okay addition, but not really more than that. Toulouse have improved a little, but they might just actually get relegated. Who knows? We spin the wheel once more, and now it lands on Paris FC, one of the newly promoted sides. First rumor for them is Kevin Trapp, but they've already got him. And I know that, don't worry. Then they're also rumored with Akliouche from Monaco, a young French talent, but he's very good, especially for Paris FC. And then the final rumor is literally no more. They literally only rumored with 3 players, and one of them is Pogba, and he isn't even in the game. So that's why I also had to show Trapp, because there literally isn't any more players. So Paris FC actually only got 1 single player, a good player still. But will that be enough to keep them up? The wheel goes around again, and this time lands on Rennes. Okay, let's see what they're working with. First player is Briel Embolo, a very strong striker for their level, and they're taking him from Monaco, so that could be a smart play. Then they've got Martin Terrier. He literally went to Leverkusen for 1 season, and now they already want him back again. But final one is Brian Brobby, another striker with potential, but they've mainly focused on their attack. They literally bought 3 strikers. Can't play them all though. But back to the wheel for yet another spin, and it stops on Marseille this time. This should be big. First rumor is Kobbie Mainoo. That's actually insane, but also very smart from Kobbie Mainoo. Just find a way to leave Manchester United as fast as possible. They also want Benjamin Pavard. That's a massive defensive upgrade. He's very high rated and can play both center back and right back. And final one is Ismail Benacer. That's another huge midfield signing. He's also very decently rated and still young, so potential to grow a little. Marseille really cooked here though with 3 quality players. This is one of the better teams. The wheel keeps on moving, and now it lands on Le Havre. First rumor for them, Yassine Namli. Decent midfielder, not too exciting though. Then it's Delane, a solid fullback, okay addition. And finally, it's Diao, a goalkeeper, a not so great goalkeeper. I would say Le Havre has overall done nothing. It's literally 3 shit signings. They might as well prepare to get relegated. But let's keep spinning the wheel for yet another team. And we get Auxerre this time. First player they want is Gilbert, a decent right back, for their level of course. Then it's Mara that Marseille also want a young striker. Okay signing, but not much more than that though. And last one is Yassine Adli, an actual good midfielder for them. So their first two signings wasn't that great, but Adli is a pretty good addition for a side like Auxerre. Back to the wheel yet again. It now lands on Lorient. First rumor they have is the goalkeeper Matthew Ryan. For Lorient, I think he's actually a pretty good signing. Then they also want Mamadou Diop. Don't know much about him, but he doesn't really look the best. And final signing is Kediu. Same thing here, just another pretty shit signing. Matthew Ryan was a good signing, but then it kind of fell off after that, so they've done all right, but not really. Let's just spin for yet another club, and this time we get Strasbourg. First player for them is actually Facundo Buonanotte. He's a young winger, so that's pretty decent. Then we've got Julio Enciso, yet another young midfielder with a lot of potential, so that's also a good signing for Strasbourg there. But the big one is Ben Chilwell. That's massive for Strasbourg. Chilwell has a lot of experience, so maybe he can change the whole defense of Strasbourg, or maybe not. Who knows? We'll have to wait until the end to see. We spin the wheel once more, and wait, it's landed on Brest again. This is actually a mistake. It's meant to be Angers. But anyways, Angers' first rumor is Silla. Again, what's up with these shit rumors? Can't they just have one decent rumor? Then they also want Lascari. Of course, another shit player I know nothing about. And final one is Steve Mounier. He doesn't look bad, but he also doesn't look great. So I don't know how I feel about Angers. They definitely did not cook. But now the wheel goes again, and it will stop on RC Lens this time, so I'm expecting better now. First signing is Thauvin, an experienced winger, but not the best anymore. Then they've got Mopé, a striker, not amazing, he's kinda washed these days. And their final one is Dalinga, another striker, but he is a little better. Lens focused on their attack, but it still wasn't great enough for what I've hoped for. It looks like nobody can top PSG so far. Maybe only Monaco at the moment. Back to the wheel for another spin. And this time, it lands on Lille. First rumor here is Tsimikas from Liverpool. That's actually a very strong signing, a proper left back who can potentially help them a lot. Then they've also got Djiku, solid center back, not bad at all. And their final one is Dimitrievski, a very good goalkeeper that could potentially upgrade their team. Lille actually made some really strong signings here overall, especially compared to most of these other Ligue 1 clubs. But only two teams left, PSG and Nantes. What will we be getting now from the wheel? And we finally landed on the big daddy PSG. This should be huge. First rumor for PSG is Konaté. That's an incredible defender for them. Makes their backline even stronger, even though it was already strong enough. Then they've got Rodrigo, the best Indian right winger of all time. That's amazing for their attack. And final one is Osimhen. That's insane. They needed an actual striker, and now they've gotten one with Osimhen. PSG was already dominating Ligue 1, and now they've added 3 world-class players on top of it. This is unfair. Their team will be unstoppable. They might even go invincible. But that now means there is only one team left on the wheel, and that's of course not. What are the 3 final signings going to be? First player they want is actually El Kaabi. He's a decent striker, but nothing incredible. They also want Kolo Muani. Okay, that's a bit more unexpected, but that's an incredible signing for them. He now returns to Nantes. And this final rumor is a little old, but I had to put it in the video, and that's Trent Alexander-Arnold to Nantes. The most random and unrealistic rumor I've seen in this video. Yet, because it's a rumor, I'm making it happen. So Trent is now on Nantes. That's so weird. But that's going to boost their team massively. And that's now all 18 teams getting 3 random transfer rumors. Some crazy rumors has happened, such as Ter Stegen to Monaco, Kobbie Mainoo to Marseille, Victor Osimhen to PSG, and freaking Trent to Nantes. I'm still shocked by that one. But let's simulate a full season and see what this has all done to the league. I've now simulated till the end of the season. Let's not waste any more time and just see what chaos has unfolded. So the 2 relegated teams are Angers and Le Havre. Good. I'm happy they got relegated for having so shit rumors. Toulouse is also in the relegation playoff. Paris survived despite only getting 1 new player. Newly promoted Metz got 11th, and in 10th we have OGC Nice. Nantes could only get 9th even with Trent, and in 8th we have Lyon. Marseille got 7th, and in 6th we have Strasbourg, who surprisingly did really well. Lille got 5th, Stade Rennes got 4th, and Stade Brest is in 3rd. But now for the moment of truth. Is PSG still farming the Ligue 1? Well, Monaco got 2nd, so the answer is yes. I think the moral of the story is PSG will always farm the league, no matter what.